Hey guys, this is Mr. Waltz. I'm going to show you how to do the drawing for the tall rectangular block. So first thing you want to do is go to your folder in the data panel. Um, There's my folder. So we're going to work here and find your block modeling folder, and then there's all the parts. And this works best if you open the part up. So I'm going to open up the tall rectangle. There it is. And I want to make a drawing. So to make a drawing, I go to the design workspace control here. And you can see we have the several workspaces. You guys already know about design and manufacture. And there's one down here at the bottom called drawing. And you go to from design, and it's going to make a new drawing, and it's going to ask a few questions. It wants to know, do you want to do the whole assembly? Well, there's only one part right now, so that's fine. The biggest thing you got to look at is here where it says template, and it'll say from scratch the first time you do this. And what we have to do is find our template. We basically have a drawing sheet, blank sheet that we use for this class. And anytime you work at, for a different company, they'll have their own template they want you to use. So I'm going to go down here where it says browse. Um, and then we got to go find the template. The template is in the assignments folder. So the easiest way to navigate in here is just click this top item. It'll take you back one level until you see assignments. Double click assignments, and then there it is. It's WPHSA. And the reason we call it WPHSA is obviously the school, and then A is the size of paper. The name for a 11 by 8.5 paper, which is normal letter paper that we use from printers. So we're going to hit OK, and it's going to go ahead and create a blank drawing for us. And it takes a couple seconds. And there it is. And you can see it's giving us a front view of our tall rectangle. Over here on the right, you have some controls. If it's not giving you the view you want for the front, you can use this selector here to choose different views. The style we want to choose is visible and hidden edges. And one thing we do want to change is the scale. Right now it's at 1:2 scale, which means it's half size. And it doesn't really fill up the paper. And what we want to do, the bigger you can make them, as long as they can fit on the paper, the bigger you can make them, the better, because you can see it more clearly when it's bigger. So we're going to try the next biggest scale, which is 1:1, which means it'll draw it full size, the actual size of the block. Click 1:1, and you can see this looks a lot better. So I'm just going to click right here, kind of on the left side towards the bottom left corner, to create the view, and then hit OK. And so now we have the front view of our part. Also, I kind of glossed over it, but you can see we have this nice border here. We have a title block on the bottom, and it will automatically fill out the title block with the title, the name of your part, the project you're working on, um, your name, the date, the scale, and the sheet number. So it's pretty cool. In the old days, we used to have to type all this stuff in manually, and it does this automatically. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we got the front view here. We need our other two views. So to do that, use your projected view button right here, and you're going to click on the front view, and then it'll let you make views based on this. So we can go above and make a top view, click. We can go to the right and make a side view, click. And then if we go up diagonally, you can go up here and make an isometric and click. And you could keep going. You can make left, bottom, all the different views, but this is enough. We're gonna hit the green check mark. So there's our three views. The isometric, we want to make this shaded. So what you do is just double click on it, and it has an option over here for shaded. Click shaded and then click close. So it shows the color and everything. Um, and then these are our three main views. So now what we want to do now is start dimensioning these. So the biggest thing to get when you dimension is the overall size of the object. So we're going to use the dimension tool right here. There's a whole bunch of versions of it, but the basic one is a smart one, and it'll figure out what to use. You can change it to the other ones sometimes, but usually the basic one will work. So we're just going to click that tool. Shortcut is D for dimension. I'm going to click on the side of the front view, and then if I move my mouse over to the right, you'll see it'll snap at different recommended. These are like the recommended spacing for how far away this should be. and we're going to click. And over here, I'm going to put the depth. So it's kind of hard to do this because we have these different points on here. So what I do is just click the front edge and then the back edge, and then it'll give me that measurement. And I'm just going to go up here till it snaps and click again. So I've got the height, I've got the depth, and the last thing I need is the width. So to do the width, I'll click the left side up here, and then I'll click the right side and then come down. And now I've got the basic shape of the rectangle done. I've got height, I've got width, I've got depth. So you always want to make sure you cover those. Then what you do is you try to dimension any other features that are on this thing, and it's basically a rectangle, but it does have the rounded corners. So we're going to put a dimension in for that. So I'm going to zoom in here and click on this curve right here, and you'll see that it'll put this radius. It says R for radius, and then I can click again. And so it's showing the radius of the curve. Now, the only issue is if you look at this curve, we dimensioned one of them. There's four of them. So technically, we would have to go and put it the same dimension on all four corners, but ain't nobody got time for that. So what we're going to do is hit escape, double click on the R up here, and it'll let us type in more stuff here. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is move the cursor. You can see the cursor is over here on the right. I'm going to move the cursor to the left of this less than sign, and I'm going to type in 4 capital X space. And what that means is 4 times. Whenever you have like the same dimension repeated, you can use this instead of having to put it in multiple times. So I'm going to hit enter, and then there it is. It says 4 times R, 0.1. So that takes care of all those. You'll notice on these, it's not showing like all the decimals. So that's a setting up here. And you don't have to do this part, but I just want to show you that in the document settings, you can control the precision. You can basically control the linear precision of dimensions. Right now, we have it set to show only 2 decimal places, and that's fine. Even though our device, measured our caliper measured 3 decimal places. That last decimal place, I think, as you saw, it kind of varied, right? So like every part was a little bit different, and you'd see a lot of different numbers around 1.16. And so this is actually okay in this case. We're going to round it to hundredths and not use that last decimal. You could change it to 0.123 and see all the places of decimals, but it's fine with the um, 2 decimal places. Okay, so this drawing is now done. What we want to do is hit the save tool right here, and it'll automatically suggest a good name. It basically takes the name of the design that you're using and adds drawing at the end, and that's perfect. Make sure that you're saving in the right folder, in your personal folder, and hopefully you have a block modeling folder in there. Save it in there and hit save, and you're done with this part. Go on to the next one. We're going to do all 9 parts, make these drawings, and good luck. Have fun.